Hello, yes, hi, this is Alex Kokin, and I wanted to welcome you to our BDP training site, the How to Get Going site. We're going to start by just pointing out that we have a rudimentary translate facility. You can select basically any language and translate into that language. This is done via the Google Translator, so the translations are not perfect, but at least somebody that speaks Spanish that's on your team that has some questions can get them answered here. The other area I wanted to just point out to you is the search box here at the top. Here you can actually enter any set of text or any search term. For example, many people want to know about George's scripts. So you can simply enter the words George and script, click on search, and the system will take you to George's scripts that he actually introduced during the System That Never Fails webinar. So if you're looking for the scripts, just click on this particular post and all the scripts are there. So well, let's get back to the home page. In order to get back to the home page, you can either click on home or always click on the howtogetgoing.com logo. Now, next is here our top menu. And the top menu has different choices. The first choice is for new associates. So when you have a brand new associate, just have them go to the new associates area. This takes them to the page that basically welcomes them, congratulates them, and gets them started by sending them to the new associate basic training webinar. Remember, this is a 7-minute webinar that you might have taken at when you first got into the BDP, and have your new associate click on it. We'll give you a quick preview of it right here. And actually, all they have, all your new associate has to do is click on a particular date, select the time. We run this 12 times daily, have them enter their name and register, and that's it. They'll be sent to their their basic training webinar. Now, next item here is for people who are looking for product information on the menu. You just click on this item and it takes you to one of Isagenix provided sites, and you have access to basically everything there is on the site, as well as getting started worksheets, personal coaching, and so on. Now, I personally suggest that you use, if you are subscribed to the My Isagenix, which is free, myisagenix.com, use that to support your customers and people that are using the product. But this gives you a quick way of accessing product information. Next is our blog, and this has all the posts in descending order by date. So our latest posts will be at the top. You can navigate here all the way to the bottom. We have 20 posts per page, and then at the bottom you can continue going to the oldest posts as well. Now, while we're on this page, just wanted to point out the right hand side column, and in the right hand side column we have available our top questions that prospects ask, our top questions of new associates, and then our essential guides, including the disclaimers and the basic BDP training guide, Georgia scripts, and so on. Then next we have a list of recent posts, the last 10 more recent posts, and you can actually choose to view posts by categories. If you want to see all our webinars, you can just choose the category that says webinars, and so on. You also have a little area where we have the last 5 comments made by team members on any of the posts, and then the tags, the area. And for those of you who are not familiar with tags, tags are just mentioned in posts, and when you see a real big tag here, it tells you that many posts have this comment. For example, BDP is mentioned in 65 topics, and George Ruiz is mentioned in 12 topics that we have here. Our compensation plan, we just have at this moment one topic with that. where we specifically use that combination of words. And then basically one thing that's on every page at the bottom is, again, we have links to our essential guides, and then something very important, which is we need to know what happens in Isogenics every single day, and we have direct feeds from the Isogenics newsroom, the IsoGeeks, and the Isogenics health blogs. All you have to do is simply click on one of these links, and it takes you directly to that particular article. So getting back to the top menu, after the blog we have our calls menu, and this has a drop down which has many different choices. First choice are our $1 billion project conference calls, which are held Mondays at 10:30 a.m. And actually, here's your number and your code. The next choices are corporate update calls, training calls, mentor calls, and so on, product training calls as well. And when you click on one of these, you are taken to the archive of corporate calls. The last one available here we see is with our Vice President of Field Relations, Rick Despain. And let's get back to our menu. Then we have our webinars tab. Now let's quickly, 1 second, go back to the home page, and you can reach either from this little picture here or from the webinars tab, and it will tell you the webinars that we're currently running. At the moment we're running 3 webinars, which include the weekly team webinar that's for associates only, and it's every Monday at 9:30 Eastern time. You have to register to it. Just click on the link and you'll be able to go there. The next one is our BDP opportunity webinars, and this is for prospects only. We run these 12 times daily. Again, just click here to get to that page. And finally, the BDP training webinar, which is the 7-minute training webinar that we just talked about earlier. You can also click here and it takes you to the blog of past webinars as well. So you have, again, a vast variety of training webinars. Just click on the pages at the bottom to go to the next page. Then we have our resources menu item, and many of you know that our BDP team is on the BDP social media group on Facebook, so you can just simply click and head there. Then you are as well able to reach our team calendar, and for example, the calendar is something quite interesting. You have some, when you click on it, if the event has basically a address, all you have to do is click on that address and it will show you where it is. You click on this little link here and get directions to this point, and of course, I am in area code in Fort Lauderdale, so directions to there is going to be quite a bit. As a matter of fact, yeah, it's 1 day, 17 hours. However, it's a very interesting way of letting your team members know how to get to where they need to get going. Let's just back out of here. And by the way, you can also go to prior months or next months and so on. Now, next on the list of resources are the helpful documents that are at the all-in-one business .NET website that's maintained by our upline Carol Taylor's and Peter Ullman's team. And this website has amazing quantity of documents, many of which we use on our site here. But here you can find, if you want to learn something about, for example, our recognition and awards program, just click on it and it will bring up the recognition program, and all the information that you really need. These are all in preview documents, actually in PDF documents, and you can actually just download them to your computer or email them to members of your team. Another resource that I've put on here is also quick access to price lists, and again we take those from the allinOneBusiness.net site. And for those of you who need stories of success with the use of products, you might have heard of the Weight Loss Hall of Fame. We connect here as well, and here you can find, for example, Peter Ullman, who's Carl Taylor's husband, his story, and this is actually the testimonial that was responsible for many in our group getting started in isogenics back in the early days. So next we also have a collection of all the isogenics videos on YouTube, and these are ordered in sorry, had to, that one starts automatically. I had to get out of there. Finally, under resources, we also have a great tool which is provided by one of our Isogenics official tool providers, Sound Concepts. And this is a fantastic system. It's only $9.95 or $9.99 per month, but it is a great prospecting system as well. And then, since we're talking about prospecting systems and follow-up systems, the last resource that I have listed here is the My Isogenics, which is a fantastic tool which is free to those who are on AutoShip, and everybody should be on AutoShip. So you can actually get this, access that from your back office, or just go to myisogenics.com. And then finally we arrive to our questions tab. And if you ever need to contact us, just go to the bottom of that tab, just click on contact. The other two tabs are frequently asked questions for new associates and for prospects. And let's start with the prospects tab. And as you can see, this takes you to a page which is called the post-webinar tour and frequently asked questions. And this actually is a page where after viewing the opportunity webinar, your prospects are taken to. So here they can start asking questions and find the answers, like for example, what are the costs involved in getting started? All they have to do is simply click on there, and it will give them a document that has all the different packs with the cost, both retail and wholesale, and additionally it lets them know the price when they go on AutoShip. And the same thing, like for example, we show videos and so on. We have the ABC News report, which has online presentations. And
now, eternal youth. Is it in a cage around the corner? News tonight of a breakthrough for some pioneering mice. But we always wonder, what does a fountain of youth for...
So, anyhow, this is the frequently asked questions for prospects. And for associates, basically, we have the same setup. And they can download their basic training PDF here, and we'll go through that in a second. But it also shows them, if they're in a rush and want to get started, don't want to read much, want to know how to get into money-making mode right away, they just follow these two instructions, become a consultant, and then start sending people to the Wish Come True site, which is a reduced version of the three-step system. Basically, it's the effortless system. We have a video that shows how to use it and so on. So, hi, welcome. This is Alex Koken, and I'm going to... Okay, so now just wanted to walk you quickly through our basic training PDF, and you can download it. Ideally, it would be right after the webinar when your new associate gets to this page, would simply click here and get started. But you can also download it. At the bottom of each page we have the BDP Basic Training PDF, and also on the right hand side column on posts that have that column viewable. So let's just quickly click here, and here you will be able to see that the guide has a total of 12 pages. This can be read in 15-20 minutes. It's very simple, but it gives you the absolute basics that you need. It obviously welcomes your new associate, tells him what's in this welcome pack. It has several forms, actually links to the forms, and the reason we use links is to make sure that you always have the latest version of any form that you're going to be using. And then basically it starts going into the 4 phases that you need to know about network marketing. And let me point out something about what you will see here. There's many different ways of achieving the same thing. Some people might say there's 3 steps, some people might say that it's 5 steps, but the basic concepts are all the same. So the way that I basically let my new associates into this business is I make sure that they understand how network marketing works. Then I help them prepare for the launch of their business, and then once they are prepared, we go into a super fast grand opening launch, because it's the most important grand opening of most people's life. Remember, by joining the BDP team and Isogenics, you are making what you have made what could be the most important decision of your financial life. And then after helping you launch the business, we need to show you how to grow the business and keep that growth going. So very simple. The concepts in the understanding page, it shows duplication, the power of 2, importance of a system, and consistent persistence. We show you how to lay the foundation to know exactly what you want, and that's where the new associate interview comes in. And we even have a audio with Kathy Coover explaining how this basically how to use this form. Then you need to know exactly what to say. So we send you to our appendix 3, where we show you several ways of preparing your story. And while you prepare your story, a story that you can actually use while you build your own story. And then, we show people how to work 5 minutes each hours, use the resources and so on. When you launch your business, the first step, of course, is get into money-making mode and becoming a consultant. We show the importance of AutoShip, how to order your tools, how to plan your grand opening, and we tell people about the IsaBody challenge, as well as we let you know how to properly do 3-way calls. We have a guide for that. And then finally, when you want to get your business to the next level, to grow it, we show you what actions to take, how to follow up with your team members, and so on. So in the appendix section, we basically elaborate a little bit on all of that, but appendix 2 is extremely important, and that's our daily action 3-step system. And this is the absolute secret to making a fortune in residual income in network marketing. And as you can see, there's many different ways to do the business, but the steps are very simple. You need to contact people, you need to present using the tools, and then you need to follow up. And the reason you need to present using the tools is because no matter how good you are, you want to remember that this is a business of duplication. So if you're an excellent speaker or presenter and then you recruit somebody that is not, then you have a problem. They will not duplicate. Then we have how to develop your success story and so on, and actually the top of the hour prospecting area is where I show how to do the business just working 5 minutes each hour at the top of the hour. I start contacting people every day, and that's how I achieve my goals. You might find that useful. There's some information on how to do a successful home meeting, and finally a checklist at the end of the document. And as you can see, this is a very simple document, 12 pages. Your new associates can download it, read it in 15-20 minutes, and they will have the basics for doing the business.